If you want to see how I turned this cool Kombi into this custom Kombi Dragster, then be sure to watch this video and I will show you how to do it. Alright, I will not bore you with the repetitive steps that are taken to do a custom, but I want to point out that I do have various cards throughout this video where you can check those out and learn how to do them. The Kool Kombi has to be my favorite casting, and I want to turn this into a pickup similar to the T2 Volkswagen. We will do this with a jeweler saw, and I plan to make a video specific to that tool in the future, so be sure to become a subscriber to be notified when that is uploaded. Some areas are more difficult to get a straight cut, so I'm using a Tamiya scribing tool to help create a groove that my saw can follow, to remove the unwanted part of the casting. I removed the sections and had to lose both posts in the process. The way this casting is designed, I had to cut some of the cab's roof off. So I added some evergreen styrene and green stuff epoxy to blend it all into one seamless section. Here are the results of endless amounts of sanding and adding thick crazy glue to get that seamless desired result. You will see the magic once the primer is applied later on in this video. We have now moved on to endless amounts of sanding to get the interior to fit correctly. Later in this video, I will be adding an engine to the rear of this casting. Be sure to keep watching to see just how I do that. The interior had quite a bit to be removed, which left a lot to be added, so here I added some styrene to scratch build the bed liner. This is a very common mainline casting, but has a very unique metal engine on the rear. I'm always on the hunt for cars like these that I can use for customs. One of the unique things about this part is the fact it has a post on the bottom, which allows you to tap and use a 256 screw, which allowed me to fix it in the spot I wanted it to be. When doing a custom, adjustments are always being made to help things fit better or just make it look better. Here you can see the position of the engine has changed. Now it's time for a primer, so be sure to keep watching to see how well I did with that roof. I am very pleased and amazed each time something I do comes out so well. It goes to show you that the reward for the effort is worth it every time. I believe that it's worth you watching this video into the end to see the witness of that final effort. It would be an honor to have you earn your subscription in the process. It takes you, the subscriber, to help inspire and support my channel for the future and for better customs. I am using a product called All Clad 2, a black primer meant to be used with the follow-up colors such as chrome. I'm using it as a primer which works well with other translucent colors. The airbrush I am using is a Neo with a Neo air compressor. It's an inexpensive setup that works well, however, a better airbrush and compressor are on the list of items to get. I am giving the engine a primer coat of that black, so I can use a technique called dry brushing to bring out the details. You take a color, normally a lighter color, but in this case we are using silver to catch those raised details. It's an effective way to catch the eye of the viewer of the work you have done. This is a Maltov chrome pen, which I've had for many years but never used it. I'm finally giving it a try. It can be used as a pen which has its uses, but can also be used with a brush. Just simply press out an amount, but it does dry quickly. So honestly, it is okay for a quick application, but tester silver is better in my opinion. You may have noticed that some changes have occurred with this custom. This happens when doing them, and you may have changed your mind or simply something went wrong. In this case, something went wrong. A rattle can I used was bad and sprayed and ruined the paint job. I had to strip and start over again. I selected a red from the tester's line and tried for the first time using an enamel with my airbrush. Next time I would use some steel wool to polish the surface before painting, because some of the scratch marks can be seen. I was happy though with the results and moved on to other steps. I was planning to use the wheels that came with this casting, but an idea came to me as I was working. Some racing tires would look really cool, so I dug through my pile of cars and luckily I had found these NASCARs. The way I would attach them was by using a small tube and by cutting the axle in half to size. I then glued them in place, and this allows you to have the wheels to roll if done correctly. After some trial and error with a metal file, I finally achieved the desired look I wanted. Tires can make the difference in a custom, and I feel like I've hit the mark. Black interior with a red seat seemed appropriate color choices and worked well. I painted the details with various colors from testers, and I felt like something else was needed. Another NASCAR was sacrificed, and I added some spare tires. Our first entry into the Kool Kombi playlist. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section. Thank you for your support, and until the next custom, take care.